Hello, this is Elic, and this is a part 2 video to my Nobushi guide. And right here, what I'm going to be doing is analyzing footage of my Nobushi battles, seeing what I did right and what I did wrong. Excuse me. So, this is a Rep 62 Beserker. He's Rep 17. Well, not Rep 62. Rep 17 Beserker, Rep 62 overall. And right now I'm thinking to myself, okay, what is this guy's skill level? He's Rep 60. He's Rep 17. He's Rep 17. And I'm thinking that he would be at least proficient or above proficient with his Beserker with his time on it. So that's my mindset coming into the battle. So I'm going to test him out. What I do here is I poke him and go for the heavy feint, but he falls for it. So if you ever just want to gauge how your opponent reacts, a simple way for Nobushi, just do a poke heavy feint. You know, if the poke connects, great. If the poke doesn't connect, then you know this guy at least has a fair amount of defense. So he falls for it. He doesn't fall for the second feint, though. So now right here, I got hit hard by that unblockable. I tried to hand stance it. I just didn't hand stance it. I just didn't for some reason. It just didn't hit stance. I wasn't trying to parry it or anything. So there's that. So I recovered by doing the sidewinder. He thought I was going to go for a second sidewinder, so he did that spin thing. I parry it, and I get the execution.
Victory!
And now I'm thinking in my brain, okay, he likes to do those spinning things, right? He likes to do the spinning things. So how can I use that to my advantage? How can I make sure that he necessarily doesn't, not doesn't, but what I mean by that is how can I make sure that I can use what I know to my advantage? Okay, so we come off, and I do a heavy. He dodges, but I didn't go for the guard break. I was able to get the hints down off now, and now he went on to the offensive. Now, what Berserkers like to do is that after they stop attacking, once they stop attacking, they like to go for a guard break. This is a principle. This is Newton's law, except it's Elics law. This is Elics law of Berserker motion. Okay, Berserkers tend to guard break after they stop attacking. That is Elics law of Berserker battles. Okay, Alec's second law of Berserker battles is that Berserkers tend to try to go for a deflect after you start attacking. So after you continue attacking, then you stop, and then you retry, they will normally just stand there, not move, don't do anything, because they're looking for that deflect. Yes, gotcha. So he got the top heavy, and now we're continuing the battle. He goes and dodges once more, and I was able to get the guard break off. He went to try to do the unblockable, but he failed, and so he recovered by doing the heavy, but I dodged it. Now I'm getting the bleed off. Went for the damage. He falls for the heavy feint parry, and I was able to get the execution once more. As a Berserker, if any Berserkers are watching this, make sure you don't fall for the heavy feint, okay? That's a classic Nobushi trick. It's a classic Nobushi trick, okay? It's like written in the Nobushi manual. Poke heavy feint. Classic. Again. Classic. So, I'm coming in with the mindset he still goes for a lot of those dodge attempts. And now right here, I'm trying to incorporate more hand stance into my play. And what I want you to realize here is that now you see the Berserker go into a flurry of attacks, but he stops, preferably to regenerate his stamina, but he falls for the poke. Even though I fell to a flurry of his attacks, I'm still maintaining the offense. Okay, when it comes to fighting and For Honor, right? there is the mental game, and then there's the actual physical game. Currently, I'm winning the mental game, because after I poke, you'll see that he still falls for the same tricks. But he was winning the physical game because of his flurries of attacks. But he didn't have any, let's say, mind games to go with it. He wasn't having me think, okay, is he going to go for a, heavy, or is he going to go for a light attack? Is he going to guard break me? He wasn't having me think that, because I'm still maintaining the pressure. Once your opponent's mind is in a flurry trying to figure out what you're going to do, that is when you have the advantage. So I got that zone attack off, very little damage. He guards breaks me, I counter guard break. Got the heavy feint spin, parry with the execution for the win. Remember, you still have to have that mental game, okay? Whenever, if you want to win, you gotta have a physical game, but B mental game also. Gotta have them thinking. Okay, let's go on to the next video. So, this video is of a raider. Now, I make a lot of mistakes here, and I believe it's very good to point each and every single one of them out, because this is what I do when I want to get better, right? I don't actually sit down and look at my footage and just analyze it like if I'm like some type of football player trying to analyze their plays, like, okay, this is what you did wrong, alright? But I just thought it would be nice to go over it. Okay, so I'm having the mentality, okay, he's a reps 7 raider. Let's see what he got. Let's see what he has, right? I start off with a heavy feint, see how he reacts, but when I did my poke, he parried it. So I know that he knows most of the Nobushi tricks, right? But I didn't realize it until he got the second parry off my heavy. Now I'm being a little bit more conservative on how I play. And I went to the heavy feint, but he guard broke me out of my little thing there. He went for the unblockable attack, but was out of stamina, so he couldn't feint it. Now, I was able to dodge out of it. Normally, someone would have parried, and it got the heavy out of stamina. But I didn't want to do that, because I wanted to regen stamina before he did. So, now I'm making sure to maintain the pressure, got the bleed off, and now I'm going to try to go for some attacks and try to at least get some mind games off him. But when I started my heavy startup, he guard broke me out of it, and now he got the spin off me. Now I am going to die. Okay, very well played by him. He was able to maintain the pressure, and he was able to get too much damage off, and I eventually died before I could start my advancements. So now I know that he's going for the parries. He really likes to parry. He likes to guard break. And I'm keeping that in mind in the second round. So watch what I do in the second round. Okay? I heavy feint and gone for the guard break. Okay, I heavy feint, gone for the guard break. I would try to do Viper's Retreat, but he didn't fall for that. Now, I tried to do the heavy feint, but he was going to guard break me, so I stopped it, but I wasn't able to think about that. What you see me, or what you saw right there, is that I was able to dodge with the Nobushi's hidden stance, but I wasn't able to get that out. So, luckily here, he went after stamina, because this would have been death for me if it wasn't. So I'm on the offense, right? So right there, what you just saw me do is I hidden stance feint heavy, and that allowed me to dodge the light attack poke. And right here, I'm able to get the poke finesse and continue my assault. Now, right here, I hidden stance the unblockable, but I wasn't able to actually get my guard break off because I was panicking. Now you saw here that he did a lot of guard breaks, and I pushed him back. I was able to get the sidewinder because he was panicking, and got the second sidewinder because he wasn't in the right mind state or mindset, and that allowed me to get the win and the execution. I think I'm doing good for my first analysis run. I talk a lot better by myself. Yeah. Okay, third round. So, now with the third round, I'm trying to go for a little bit more finesse. But right there, you saw that I got hit, even though I was blocking in that direction. What I try to do is hidden stance it, but I hidden stance too late. So I was like, should I hidden stance this? Nah. And I got hit. Well, not yeah, but yeah. Excuse me. So, right now, I'm reeling like, okay, I should really stop that. He dashed back. I was able to get the Viper's Retreat. I hidden stanced the top light, and he went for the heavy. Hidden stance one more time. Now, right then and there, I went for my heavy startup. He guard broke me out of it, and this is going to let him have very, very big damage. Luckily, he was out of stamina, and now I'm trying to go for a guard break, seeing if he's going to fall for it. But he already recovered his stamina, and I'm low too. I went for the heavy. He got me in the startup, and I am now dead. Okay, so right now, I'm not in the right mindset, and I'm just kind of like floating on by, not really thinking about much of the things that I'm doing, right? And so that's the reason why I'm getting caught up by all these mistakes here. So that was a fluke, I'll be honest. That heavy feint was a fluke. Okay, went for the parry, got me with the startup, tried to feint it, but it didn't matter, still got hit. Okay, so I'm trying to stop this guy from doing all these things, but he keeps on doing it, right? I went for the heavy startup, still got hit, dodged, got hit, but luckily he was out of stamina. I'm gonna see if he tries to parry it, but he didn't work. Went for the second sidewinder, didn't work, and was able to dodge it at least and got the heavy out. Now, right now, what I'm thinking is, okay, I need to stop this guy, and I want to get into some of my mix-ups again. So I go for the heavy, but it failed me because he really likes guard breaking. And that got me the death. Disappointing, really. I know. I'm dead. I can die. That's sad. And look at all those taunts he just threw at me. He was really happy about that. Okay, next video. So, right now, this is a day after, and I have decided, you know what, I'm going to go back to my roots, right? I'm going to go back to my roots and fix what I've been missing. So, what I did is I turned off my HUD. If you ever need trouble, if you ever have trouble parrying, if you ever have trouble with any of these things, just turn off your HUD, okay? This will really teach you how For Honor is truly played, okay? And now, when it comes to playing without your HUD, it is very important to always pay attention, okay? Movement of the other person's body is going to really help you, okay? Look at the startup. Look at how things are happening. Look at the wind up, okay? This will really help you. Excuse me. Because if you do this, you're going to really learn a lot. Watch, okay? Dodged the light attack, dodged the kick, and was able to get the double tap lead. So, now, he is a new Nobushi because he's rep 1, and so he's not really doing most of the things. I try to parry that. He's going for a lot of the kicks, and so my innate reaction is to hidden stance the kick. Now, you won't really know if the person is dead or not until they actually die, so it's good to do overkill. But whenever you're working without the HUD, it's always not to do too much overkill, because you're going to get out of stamina, and that will not benefit you at all. Okay, so right here I got the parry. Reaction. It was a reaction. I saw the Nobushi do the wind up to do the poke, okay? And I was able to react to it, and I was able to get the parry off. Okay, looking at the body really helps. It will help you rely not on the indicators, but on your actual instinct as well, and you'll be able to really see the patterns where you truly wouldn't be able to see it before. Continuing on, got the heavy, feel good, but there's also a drawback to this thing, right? It's gonna be pretty hard to figure out when they're gonna guard break you or not. Okay, luckily he was dead, or he would have been able to counter guard break me because I whiffed it and get a top heavy off for big damage. Also, another tip is if you see a lot of red around the screen, it means that you're almost about to die. You might not have noticed that before, okay? He always does for the kick, and I handstance it as well, okay? So I was gonna try to dodge the heavy, but he feinted it because he noticed that I've been dodging his light attacks and his heavy attacks. That is very good on his part as well. But what was bad on his part was not feinting that second heavy into a guard break as well, because now I'm able to get the sidewinder off. So what I did there is I heavy, handstance, feint, into poke the nest. Very useful if you know that the opponent is on offense and he's going to attack, okay? Sometimes I do it just for the kicks, but in this case it is very useful to me. Right now, I'm trying to go for those light attack parries because I'm very proud of that. I know he's going to go for them kicks. And right now, I'm on the pressure. He had a chance to apply more pressure to me, but he missed it because I have a better understanding of Nobushi. Okay? And with my better understanding of Nobushi, I was able to heavy feint into sidewinder, get the kill, and win the game. Okay? I was able to win the game. This will be the final one against the same Nobushi, and let's see how he improves or not improves, okay? Currently, I'm still in the mindset of, okay, how can I use my lack of HUD to my advantage? Okay, how can I use the lack of HUD to my advantage? Well, with the parries. So I'm really looking for those reaction parry, Thanks, parry. I'm gonna stop talking now. Well, whatever. So currently we've gone up to the little point here, and he goes for the heavy, and he was able to connect it because I didn't handstance at the time. I tried to parry that, but it didn't work. I'm starting to get better with my guard breaks, but remember, I'm now out of stamina. I knew he was gonna go for the poke, so that was to my betterment. That was a mistake, though. The heavy there, that was a mistake. I tried to handstance the kick, it didn't work. So my whole point here is now to apply more pressure, and I was able to get that because he made a mistake with the kick, and I was able to retaliate. I was able to retaliate with the kick once more, but luckily he died to the bleed before I could parry. Okay, so I'm trying to always apply pressure at this state because if he realizes that I have no HUD on, he will be able to get the guard break on me all the time, and it wouldn't really be beneficial to me. I was able to get a reaction light attack off that because I was able to read the person's movements. I tried to dodge the kick, but it was too late. Now, what I did there is, though I whiffed the Cobra Strike, you can actually still get the light attacks out. Most people won't see it coming. Okay, most people won't see it coming. So it is very good to combo into if you whiff the light attack. I dodged, and he was able to get a nice damage out of that. I parried, and I was able to get to the execution of the heavy parry. Always applying the pressure, always keeping them in a state. Now, what he did is he actually had me on the defensive. He would always remained attacking, but I was able to keep my defense pretty high with handstance. Handstance is a very good defensively offensive form, as I said in my guide. Go check it out. So he's being a little bit more passive here. I wasn't able to protect myself from those double pokes, and he is actually playing it a lot smarter here, but still wasn't smart enough. Okay, so I was able to dodge that kick. He fell for that heavy feint, and now I was able to get off that Cobra Strike thing here. So, though I didn't fall for this first one, I did fall for the second one, because I had no idea it was coming. Very good job on him. I had no idea it was coming. He got that heavy, but I was able to get the poke off at the end. Period. Because apparently he was out of stamina for the final kill. Okay, this is 20 minutes. Okay, this is 20 minutes. I will probably do more of these reviews of my personal experience with For Honor. Not personal. I will review my footage of For Honor more often, but now I will go back into my regularly scheduled programming. I still have to finish that montage. Excuse me. I still have to finish that montage. I really want to finish that montage. Okay? But for now, au revoir, à demain.